Okay, next on the list is vehicles. Now, I touched on vehicles in an earlier video with the basics. That was just a vehicle that was already in the map. There's other vehicles you can pick from also from the menu here. Now, let me teach you how to get them real quick. Now you see on the main base there, you see a little tank symbol right next to it. All you gotta do is move the right stick, or left stick, left stick, and you can automatically select the vehicle. Now you don't just have one to pick from. If you look at the bottom of the screen right there where the classes were, they're now replaced with different vehicle types. You got the land ship, heavy tank, light tank, and the artillery truck. There's already an artillery truck down there, so you don't have to worry about that. You can also customize it. Customize the gun you want to start with. I like the carbine. It's a lot more fun to use. But there's this one, there's this one, there's this one. There's two other ones you got to unlock, unfortunately. So you got to wait on that. You can design what kind of weapons you want to give this thing. I'm stuck with the mortar right now, but you can use the tank hunter and you also have the squad support land ship also. So you can try other things you want to use. Give it different visuals if you like. Change the paint job. So make it look nice if you want to do that. And it's like that for all the vehicles. Now when you're ready to pick a vehicle, just hit the A button, you should spawn in. Now, one thing to remember is that there's a limited amount of vehicles, and there's three types to pick from on each map. There's tanks, or ground vehicles is what they're called. There's horses, and then there's planes. Okay, so there's three different kinds you can pick from. And there's three of each you can have in a map at one time. You only have 3 tanks for each team, 3 different horses, I think, and 3 planes. And that's it. You can't have any more than that. When a plane gets destroyed, it takes a while for it to respawn. So use it while you still can. Don't worry if you die, if it blows up, don't worry. Just, go after them and get revenge on them by taking out their tanks. Just do that. So let's go ahead and spawn in with the tank. Right off the bat, we're in first person mode. No big deal. If you click on the right stick, you go to third person mode. Yes, this is the Indiana Jones tank. Don't know what that is? Go watch Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Awesome scene in that movie. If you wonder where they got that tank from, it's from this era. Now this tank's actually pretty good to use, but it's got a couple of drawbacks. For one thing, you got the mortar in the back there, which is your secondary weapon. The primary is that. Now, as you push the Y button, you can change from your gun to your mortar. Now, you don't see it on the screen here, but there will be a small map that will blow up, and you'll see a little red dot that you can move around the map a bit. Use the right stick for that. That is where you're going to aim your mortar a bit. So, like, if I fire it off real quick, I hit that. Now, I'm going to try to move it over to the right a bit. If I fire it again, there we go, in a different spot. When you switch back and go back to first person, you just click on the right stick and get that out. Now when you exit your tank, just hold the X button, you get out of it, you don't have the same guns you usually have. You got this gun and then you got this gun. Okay. You also got a wrench to repair your tank in case it gets damaged. And you also got a tank grenade so you can take out other tanks too. Now these things, pretty durable, but if you know how to fix them, you should be fine. Fix it up. That's not enough. I'm just going to fix the rest of it. Hang on. There we go. Oh yeah, you can also hit people with your wrench too, by the way. Forgot to mention that part. And yes, it hurts. Back in the vehicle, you move around a bit. Now another thing to remember is that if you leave your vehicle alone for too long, it will destroy itself and despawn. Let me see if I can get far enough away from it so that'll do that. You gotta wait a few more seconds for that. It usually takes about 30 seconds for it to despawn, I think. Just wait a minute. You'll see it'll catch fire and then it'll explode. Come on, despawn already. There it goes. So don't leave your vehicle hanging around for too long, or it'll do that. Also, don't leave it lying around because the enemies you can take over your tank also. You can do that for them too. You can steal their tanks also, but you know, you don't want them to take your tank and all of a sudden they got twice as many tanks that you got. And when that happens, you're pretty much screwed. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay. I think that's it for vehicles. There's not too much else to go over. I mean, planes are pretty simple to figure out. They're hard to fly. Okay, so if you want to take a plane, be warned. You're going to have to learn how to fly it a bit. One thing I recommend if you want to try flying planes a bit, or even tanks for that matter, I set the controls for this for planes. So when you go to default, the left stick is your throttle and your yaw, and the right stick is basically your pitch and your roll. Basically, you'll be steering your plane with the right stick rather than the left stick. Okay? Set it for southpaw, and this way, you can just do everything with the left stick, and you can just aim and fire with the triggers and not have to worry about it. And you use the right stick for your throttle. Real simple. Nothing too complicated about that. Okay? So, as long as you're doing that, you'll be fine. And it's a lot easier to play when you have it set up like this. When you have it set up the other way, it can be a bit of a pain in the neck. Right? That's basically it. So, thank you for watching, and you all take care.